Chapter 1. Child of the soul, grandchild of the spirit, brother of the light, who reads these words in times that no longer belong to me. I am Itzil Nahwake, the last guardian of the secrets that were once the foundation of all true healing. My voice reaches you from the threshold between worlds, from that place where matter meets spirit and where I have finally understood the truth I devoted my entire life to preserving. I have lived 93 years on this plane of existence. I witnessed how the wisdom of my ancestors was gradually erased by those who feared the power that resides in every human being. I saw how healers were persecuted, how sacred medicines were prohibited, how knowledge of vital energy was declared superstition so that humanity would forget its true nature. For decades I kept silent, practicing in secret, healing those who came to me when they had no hope left anywhere else. But now, as my physical body prepares to return to the earth, my spirit demands that I leave this testament recorded for you, for all those who in the future will be ready to remember who they truly are. What you are about to hear are not pretty theories or comforting philosophies. These are truths I have proven thousands of times with my own hands, with my own energy, with my own life. I have healed cancers that doctors declared terminal. I have repaired hearts that had stopped beating. I have restored sight to blind eyes and mobility to paralyzed bodies. Not because I was special, but because I understood the secret that all humanity has forgotten. You are not your physical body. You are pure conscious and creative energy, temporarily focused in a material form. Listen to me well, because this is the fundamental truth that will transform your life if you understand it. Everything you have been taught about the nature of reality is incomplete. You have been told that you are a physical body that somehow generates consciousness. The truth is exactly the opposite. You are pure consciousness continuously creating the experience of having a physical body. During my years of practice, I have seen people completely transform their physical reality simply by changing the way they directed their conscious energy. I have witnessed miracles that occurred not because they violated natural laws, but because they applied deeper laws that modern science has not yet officially recognized. Before departing from this world, I need you to understand that the power I developed during decades of study and practice is not exclusively mine. It is your natural inheritance as a human being. It is the birthright that was stolen from you when you were taught to believe you were weak, limited, dependent on external forces for your well-being and healing. Chapter 2, the first truth I must reveal to you, child of the soul, is that what you call your physical body is actually condensed energy, conscious vibration organized in patterns that create the illusion of solidity. Every atom of your being is in constant movement, dancing at specific frequencies that determine whether you experience health or illness, joy or suffering, abundance or scarcity. During the early years of my training as a healer, I too believed that healing consisted of applying herbs to the body, performing ceremonies for spirits, or manipulating the physical world to create changes. But my teacher, an ancient Toltec whose name I cannot reveal because there are still those who would seek to destroy his legacy, taught me the truth that forever changed my understanding of what it means to exist. Itzil, he told me one night as we contemplated the stars in the Sonoran Desert, observe your hand. What do you see? I see flesh, bones, blood. I responded with the innocence of one who has not yet awakened to true perception. Look deeper, he insisted, with the eyes of your heart, not with the eyes of your conditioned mind. I directed my attention toward my hand in a different way, not trying to analyze it, but allowing my consciousness to perceive it directly. Gradually, I began to see something that would forever change my relationship with my own body and with all physical reality. My hand was not solid. It was a field of luminous energy, patterns of light that organized themselves into forms that created the appearance of solidity. I could see currents of energy flowing through what I had believed were solid tissues. I could perceive that my entire hand vibrated with conscious life, as if each cell were a small star pulsing with its own intelligence. Now you understand, my teacher smiled. What you call your body is your conscious energy learning to experience material density. But energy is always primary. Matter is just energy organized in a certain way. That revelation became the foundation of all my healing work during the following decades. I understood that if the body was consciously organized energy, then true healing had to work directly with that energy, not simply with its physical manifestations. Over the years, I developed techniques to directly perceive the energy fields of people who came to me seeking healing. I learned to see the currents of life flowing through their bodies, to detect where those currents had become blocked or distorted, and most importantly, to know how to restore the natural flow of energy that always results in physical healing. What I discovered is that every illness, every pain, every physical dysfunction has its origin in a specific energetic pattern. Cancer first manifests as dark vortexes in the energy field. Heart diseases appear as constrictions in the energy flows that nourish that organ. Depression is seen as a general diminishment in the luminosity of the personal energy field. But here is the most extraordinary secret. These dysfunctional energetic patterns are not fixed or permanent. They can be consciously changed by the person themselves without need for complex external interventions. The power to transform your physical reality literally resides in your hands, in your heart, in your conscious intention. During my years of practice, I taught hundreds of people to perceive their own energy. The technique is simpler than you might imagine, but it requires that you temporarily abandon the belief that you are just a physical body and open yourself to experiencing your true energetic nature. Place your hands about 20 centimeters apart, palm to palm, as if you were holding an invisible ball. Breathe deeply and direct all your attention toward the space between your hands. Don't think, simply feel. Gradually, you will begin to perceive subtle sensations, warmth, tingling, pressure, or even the sensation that there is something solid but invisible between your palms. What you are feeling is your personal energy field, your energy body that has always been there, but to which you had not learned to pay conscious attention. Once you can perceive your energy, you can begin to direct it, mold it, use it to create real changes in your physical experience. This is only the first step, child of the soul. But it is the step that opens the door to everything else. Because once you directly experience that you are conscious energy, everything changes. Your relationship with your body changes. Your understanding of illness and healing changes. Your perception of what is possible in your life expands infinitely. Chapter 3. Now that you have begun to perceive your energetic nature, I must reveal the second fundamental secret. You do not have an energy body. You have several. What most people call the aura is actually a complex system of multiple energy layers, each with specific functions and each directly influencing your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. During my years of energetic vision, I learned to clearly distinguish these different layers or energetic bodies. The first, closest to your physical skin, is what we call the etheric body. It is an exact duplication of your physical form, but made completely of vital energy. When this etheric body is strong and well organized, your physical health is radiant. When it is weak or distorted, illness inevitably manifests in the physical body. I have seen people cure incurable diseases simply by learning to repair and strengthen their etheric body. The secret lies in understanding that the physical body is just the densest manifestation of this etheric body. Heal the energy, and the physical has no choice but to follow the new pattern. The second energetic body is the emotional, which extends approximately 60 centimeters around your physical form. This body contains all your feelings, your emotional reactions, your response patterns that you have developed throughout life. When this body is balanced, you experience emotions that flow naturally and resolve themselves. When it is unbalanced, you become trapped in emotional cycles that drain your vital energy. What very few people understand is that emotions are not simply psychological reactions. They are specific energetic frequencies that directly affect your personal electromagnetic field. Fear vibrates at frequencies that contract and weaken your energy field. Love vibrates at frequencies that expand and strengthen it. Anger creates chaotic patterns that disrupt the natural flow of energy. Gratitude creates harmonious patterns that optimize all your vital functions. For decades, I worked with people who had suffered deep emotional trauma. What I discovered is that these traumas not only affect the psyche, they literally create holes, tears, and distortions in the emotional energetic body. These energetic wounds continue to affect the person years or even decades after the original event, creating patterns of illness, dysfunctional relationships, and limitations in all aspects of life. But here is the extraordinary hope. These energetic bodies can be consciously healed. I have developed specific techniques to repair the etheric body, cleanse the emotional body, and restore the natural flow of vital energy through all systems. The third energetic body is the mental, which extends even further from your physical form and contains all your thoughts, beliefs, thought patterns, and conceptual structures. This body determines how you interpret reality, what possibilities you can perceive, and what type of experiences you attract into your life. Most people live completely unconscious of this mental body, allowing random thoughts and beliefs inherited from their culture to determine the quality of their experiences. But when you learn to work consciously with your mental energetic body, you can literally reprogram your reality. I have taught people to identify the limiting beliefs that are stored as energetic patterns in their mental body, and then to replace those beliefs with thought patterns that support health, abundance, and personal fulfillment. The results have always been extraordinary because the universe responds directly to the energetic patterns we project from our mental body. Finally, there exists what I call the causal or spiritual body, which extends several meters around your physical form and connects you directly with universal intelligence. This body contains what you might call your soul's mission, your deepest purpose, and your connection with higher dimensions of consciousness. When all these energetic bodies are aligned and functioning in harmony, you experience what the ancients called perfect health. Not just absence of disease, but radiant vitality that extends to all aspects of your experience. Your physical body functions optimally, your emotions flow with wisdom, your mind operates with brilliant clarity, and your spirit expresses itself freely through your life. What I have learned during my decades of working with these energetic bodies is that true healing must address all levels simultaneously. It is not enough to treat only the physical body, or only the emotions, or only the thoughts. Real transformation occurs when you work consciously with your entire energetic system as an integrated unit. Chapter 4. Child of the soul who listens to me from the future, now I must reveal the secret that the established powers have worked hardest to hide from you. Your conscious intention is the most powerful force in the universe, not your physical actions, not your words, not your external efforts. Your pure intention, focused with clarity and sustained with determination, has the power to reorganize reality itself. During my years as a healer, I witnessed thousands of healings that doctors would have declared impossible. But in each case, what made healing possible was not any external technique that I applied. It was clear intention, both mine and that of the person seeking healing, focused toward the restoration of perfect well-being. Intention is not simply wishing that something will happen. It is not hope or positive thinking. True intention is a state of being where your complete consciousness aligns toward a specific outcome, creating an energy field so powerful that physical reality has no choice but to reorganize itself to manifest what you have decided. let me share with you how I discovered the true power of intention. In my early years of practice, a woman came to me with cancer that had spread throughout her body. The doctors had given her less than a month to live. Her physical body was devastated, but when I looked at her energy field, I saw something extraordinary. A flame of intention, so bright and focused that it illuminated her entire aura. "I am not going to die yet," she told me with a certainty that admitted no doubts. "I have work to finish in this world, and my intention is to heal completely so I can fulfill my purpose." We worked together for 3 months, but I did nothing more than help her focus and amplify the intention that was already burning within her. I taught her techniques to direct that intention toward every cell of her body, to program her energy field toward complete healing, to unwaveringly maintain the vision of herself in perfect health. At the end of 3 months, there was no trace of cancer left in her body. The doctors called it spontaneous remission, but I knew the truth. It had been the power of an absolutely clear and sustained intention that had literally reorganized the molecular structure of her body. What I understood through experiences like this is that intention works by creating what we could call energetic templates. When you have a truly clear intention about something, your energy field begins to vibrate with the patterns that correspond to that reality. And because we live in a universe that responds to energetic patterns, physical reality gradually begins to reorganize itself to match the patterns you are projecting. But here is the crucial secret. The intention must be pure. It cannot be contaminated with doubts, fears, or conflicting beliefs. It cannot be mixed with the desperation of wanting to change what is. It must emerge from a place of personal power, from the clear understanding that you are the conscious creator of your experience. For years, I developed specific techniques to purify and focus intention. The first is what I call cleansing of internal contradictions. Before being able to hold a powerful intention toward any outcome, you must identify and resolve all beliefs, emotions, and thoughts that are in conflict with that intention. For example, if your intention is to heal an illness, but simultaneously you have subconscious beliefs that you deserve to suffer, or fears that healing is not possible, or emotional patterns that obtain secondary benefits from the illness, your energy field will project contradictory signals and manifestation will be weak or non-existent. The cleansing process requires brutal honesty with yourself. You must be willing to examine all parts of your psyche that might be sabotaging your conscious intention. You must be willing to release attachments to being a victim, to receiving attention through suffering, or to maintaining limitations that have given you identity. Once your intention is purified of internal contradictions, the second step is what I call energetic anchoring. This means using specific techniques to imprint your intention directly into your electromagnetic field so that every cell of your body begins to vibrate with that intention. The most powerful technique I developed for this combines specific visualization, conscious breathing, and what we could call energetic command. You sit in silence, enter a state of deep coherence where your heart, mind, and spirit are completely aligned, and then project your intention as a direct command toward the quantum field that organizes your reality. It is not a request or a hope. It is a declaration of what you have decided will be your new reality. It is your consciousness exercising its natural authority over the energetic patterns that create your physical experience. I have seen people use these techniques to heal illnesses, transform relationships, create material abundance, develop creative talents, and even change aspects of their personality that no longer served them. In each case, the determining factor was not how much effort they put in or what specific techniques they used. It was the purity and power of their intention. Chapter 5. Before continuing to reveal the deepest secrets of your energetic power, I must teach you the practical techniques that will allow you to begin working consciously with your field of life. These are not complicated ceremonies or elaborate rituals. They are simple but profoundly effective methods that I have refined during decades of practice. The first fundamental technique is what I call energetic power breathing. Most people breathe superficially and automatically without realizing that breathing is the direct bridge between consciousness and the energetic body. When you learn to breathe consciously, you can direct, amplify, and purify your vital energy in extraordinary ways. Sit comfortably with your spine straight. Place one hand on your chest and another on your abdomen. Inhale deeply so that first your abdomen expands, then your chest, and finally your upper ribs. This is the complete breath that allows maximum absorption of vital energy. But here's the secret. While you inhale, visualize that you are breathing golden light directly into your energetic body. See this light first filling your abdomen, then your chest, then radiating toward all parts of your body. While you exhale, visualize that any stagnant, sick, or negative energy leaves your body as gray smoke that immediately dissolves in the light. Practice this for 10 minutes each morning and each night. In 1 week, you will begin to feel measurable changes in your energy level, mental clarity, and general well-being. In 1 month, your energy field will have been significantly cleaned and strengthened. The second technique is what I call personal energetic scanning. This allows you to identify areas in your energetic body that need attention and healing. Lie down comfortably and close your eyes. Begin with energetic power breathing to center yourself. Then, directing your attention like a ray of conscious light, slowly scan your body from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. Don't use your analytical mind, use your energetic intuition. Simply notice which areas feel vital and full of light, and which feel dense, dark, or blocked. When you find an area that needs attention, stop there and breathe golden light directly toward that region. Visualize the light dissolving any blockage, repairing any energetic damage, and restoring the natural flow of life. Keep your attention there until you feel the area has been relieved or opened. With regular practice, you will develop the ability to detect energetic imbalances before they manifest as physical symptoms. This allows you to intervene preventively, keeping your energy field in optimal condition. The third fundamental technique is what I call cellular intention programming. Once you have cleaned and strengthened your basic energy field, you can begin to use your intention to program specific changes in your biology. This technique requires that you first enter the state of deep coherence I described earlier. Once you are completely centered and aligned, direct your intention toward a specific cell or specific body system. For example, if you want to strengthen your immune system, visualize your immune cells as warriors of brilliant light, perfectly capable of identifying and eliminating any threat to your well-being. See these cells multiplying, strengthening, and coordinating in perfect harmony to maintain your optimal health. While maintaining this visualization, declare internally, I command that my immune system function in absolute perfection. Every cell of my body vibrates with radiant health. My energy field automatically rejects any frequency that does not serve my highest well-being. The key is to speak with authority, not with hope. You are exercising your natural right as creative consciousness to program your biological experience. The fourth technique is what I call directed energetic transmission. This allows you to send healing energy to other people, situations, or even aspects of your life that require transformation. After establishing your energetic coherence, visualize the person or situation you wish to positively influence. See this person surrounded by golden light, experiencing exactly the well-being, success, or transformation you desire for them. Don't try to control specific details. Simply project pure intention toward their greatest well-being. Then, using your conscious breathing, send pulses of loving energy from your heart toward the person or situation. See this energy reaching its destination and creating exactly the changes that would serve the highest good of everyone involved. This technique works because at the fundamental energetic level, We are all connected. Your energy field can directly influence other energy fields, especially when your intention is pure and aligned with love. I have used these techniques for decades to facilitate healings that defy all conventional medical explanation. But more importantly, I have taught these techniques to hundreds of people who have completely transformed their lives by applying these fundamental energetic principles. The power is in your hands, child of the soul. Literally in your hands, in your heart, in your breathing, in your conscious intention. You need no intermediary, no external authority, no permission from anyone to begin exercising your natural authority over your personal energy field. Begin with these basic techniques. Practice them with consistency and dedication. In a few weeks, you will begin to directly experience that you are much more powerful than you were ever taught. And that will be only the gateway to the deeper secrets that I will share with you in the continuation of this testament. Your energy is truly the key to healing, to transformation, to the realization of all your potential as a conscious and creative being. What you do with this key depends completely on you. But before closing this first part of my testament, I must warn you about the obstacles you will encounter on your path toward energetic mastery. During my decades of teaching, I have seen many people fail, not due to lack of capacity, but because they did not understand the forces that would work against their energetic awakening. The first obstacle is what I call the resistance of the conditioned ego. Your rational mind, programmed from childhood to believe you are limited and powerless, will fight fiercely against these new understandings. It will tell you that all this is fantasy, that you are wasting your time, that you should conform to what you have always known. This resistance is not your enemy. It is simply the natural reaction of mental patterns that have controlled your life for decades. I have learned that the most effective way to work with this resistance is not to combat it directly, but to show your rational mind tangible results it cannot deny. That is why the techniques I have taught you are designed to produce measurable effects from the first day of practice. When your skeptical mind sees that you truly can perceive energy, that you genuinely can influence your physical state through your intention, that you effectively can transmit energy to others, its objections will begin to fade. The second obstacle is what I call interference from the collective field. Most human beings live in a state of energetic incoherence, constantly projecting frequencies of fear, anger, frustration, and hopelessness. This collective energetic chaos can interfere with your personal practices, especially in the early stages of your development. The solution is to learn to create what I call an energetic protection cocoon. Before beginning any energetic practice, visualize yourself completely surrounded by a sphere of brilliant white light. This sphere allows only energies aligned with your highest well-being to penetrate toward your personal field, while automatically deflecting any external interference. With time, as your energy field strengthens, this protection becomes automatic. But in the first weeks of practice, it is essential that you consciously establish this protective shield before working with your energy. The third obstacle, and perhaps the most subtle, is what I call the sabotage of rapid transformation. When you begin applying these energetic principles, your life will begin to change dramatically. Your health will improve, your relationships will transform, new opportunities will appear. But part of your psyche may feel overwhelmed by these positive changes and subconsciously try to sabotage your progress. I have seen people who were successfully healing serious illnesses suddenly abandon their practices just when they were on the verge of complete breakthrough. I have observed students who were developing extraordinary energetic capacities suddenly create crises in their lives that distracted them from their training. The key to overcoming this internal sabotage is to advance gradually but consistently. Don't try to transform your entire life overnight. Allow changes to integrate naturally, celebrating each small advance without creating pressure for immediate dramatic results. Now let me share with you something no other healer will reveal: the secret of energetic power moments. Throughout each day, there exist specific moments where your natural energy field is most receptive to conscious transformation. Learning to recognize and utilize these moments will exponentially multiply the effectiveness of all your practices. The first power moment occurs immediately upon awakening, before your rational mind fully activates. In those first minutes of consciousness, your energy field is in its most malleable state. It is the ideal moment to program your intention for the day, to affirm your perfect well-being, to visualize the reality you wish to create. The second power moment occurs just before falling asleep, when your conscious mind begins to relax its control over your reality. This is the perfect moment to imprint new patterns in your energetic subconscious, to send healing to your body while it sleeps, to connect with higher dimensions of consciousness. The third power moment occurs during what I call natural energetic transitions. When the weather changes, during new moon and full moon phases, at solstices and equinoxes, and during electrical storms. The planet's energetic atmosphere becomes more conductive during these periods, amplifying any energetic work you perform. I must also reveal to you the secret of physical energetic anchors. Although your primary work is with subtle energies, certain physical objects can serve as amplifiers and stabilizers of your personal energy field. Quartz crystals, especially those that have been consciously programmed with your intention, can hold and amplify your energetic patterns even when you are not actively practicing. Carry a small programmed crystal with you, and your energy field will maintain greater coherence throughout the day. Specific metals also have unique energetic properties. Copper conducts and amplifies vital energy. Silver purifies and protects the auric field. Gold elevates and spiritualizes all frequencies. Wearing jewelry consciously made from these metals can significantly support your energetic development. Even water can be energetically programmed to support your transformation. Before drinking water, hold it between your hands. Project your intention of perfection toward it and visualize it filling with the frequency of your optimal well-being. Water programmed in this way becomes liquid energetic medicine. Finally, I must warn you about the signs that indicate you are progressing correctly in your energetic development. Many students worry unnecessarily when they experience what I call energetic upgrading symptoms. It is normal to experience fluctuations in your physical energy level during the first weeks of practice. Your body is adapting to processing greater amounts of vital energy, and it may occasionally feel tired while making these adjustments. It is normal to have more vivid and intense dreams. Your consciousness is expanding toward dimensions it normally doesn't access, and this is reflected in your dream activity. It is normal to occasionally feel intense emotions emerging without apparent reason. Your emotional body is cleansing itself of old traumas and blockages, and these emotions need to be processed and released. It is normal to develop greater sensitivity toward other people's energies and environments. You are awakening perceptual capacities that had been dormant, and initially they may feel overwhelming until you learn to handle them consciously. All of these are signs that your energetic system is successfully activating and expanding. Don't be alarmed by these changes. Celebrate them as evidence of your progress. Child of the soul, this first chapter of my testament has given you the foundations you need to begin your journey toward conscious energetic mastery. But remember that knowledge without application is useless. You must practice these techniques consistently, with dedication and patience, if you want to access the extraordinary powers that are your natural inheritance. In the next chapter of my testament, I will reveal the advanced secrets: how to use specific frequencies to reorganize your reality, how to consciously activate your centers of internal power, how to transmit healing across space and time, and how to connect with the planetary energetic network to infinitely amplify your capacity to create positive change. But first, Master what I have already taught you. Make these basic techniques second nature, because only when you have established a solid foundation of energetic competence will you be prepared for the deeper mysteries that my spirit has reserved for you. Your transformation begins now, with your next conscious breath, with your next moment of focused intention, with your next act of personal energetic authority. The power has always been in your hands. Now you have the keys to access it consciously. Chapter 6. Child of the soul who has persisted in listening to my testament, my spirit rejoices knowing that you are prepared to receive the deepest secrets of energetic transformation. What I am about to reveal to you now are the techniques I reserved only for my most advanced disciples, those who had demonstrated not only the capacity to work with their own energy, but the wisdom to use these powers solely in service of love and healing. During the final months of my physical life, while my body prepared for its final transition, I dedicated my remaining energies to perfecting what I call the medicine of vibrational resonance. I discovered that all illness, all suffering, all limitation in human experience can be transformed by working directly with the energetic frequencies that create and sustain those patterns. The key lies in understanding that every physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual state has a specific vibrational frequency. Perfect health vibrates at certain frequencies. Illness vibrates at others. Abundance has its characteristic frequency, as does scarcity. Unconditional love generates specific vibrational patterns, different from those of fear or anger. What is extraordinary is that when you learn to consciously generate the frequencies that correspond to the state you wish to experience, your physical reality has no choice but to reorganize itself to match those frequencies. It is as fundamental a law as gravity, but one that humanity has almost completely forgotten. During my final years, I developed precise techniques to identify the exact frequencies of any desired state, and more importantly, to generate those frequencies using only your personal energy field combined with specific sounds and breathing patterns. The first resonance technique you must master is what I call bass body tuning. Just as a musician must tune their instrument before playing, you must tune your energetic body before attempting to create specific changes in your reality. Sit in silence and establish your energetic power breathing. Then, starting from the base of your spine, slowly intone the sound L-am while visualizing an intense red light in that area. This sound resonates with the frequency of your center of survival and stability. Intone the sound 7 times, allowing the vibration to completely fill that region of your body. Ascend to your lower abdomen and intone V-A-M while visualizing orange light. This is your center of creativity and sexuality. Then R-A-M in your solar plexus with yellow light for your personal power. Yam in your heart with green light for love. Ham in your throat with blue light for communication. O-M in your forehead with indigo light for intuition. And finally, A-U-M at the crown of your head with violet light for your spiritual connection. When you have intoned all these sounds, your energetic body will be perfectly tuned and receptive to any transformation work you wish to perform. This tuning must be done before any advanced technique. Once tuned, you can begin to generate the specific frequencies of any state you wish to manifest. For physical healing, after tuning, visualize your body filled with golden light while repeatedly intoning "ah" in a tone that resonates deeply in your chest. This is the fundamental frequency of cellular regeneration. For material abundance, visualize currents of emerald green light flowing toward you from all directions while intoning "oh" in a tone that vibrates in your abdomen. This is the frequency of prosperity and manifestation. For emotional peace, fill your energy field with celestial blue light while softly intoning "ee" in a tone that resonates in your throat. This frequency instantly dissolves any emotional turbulence. I have seen people transform chronic illnesses, create material abundance, and resolve deep emotional conflicts using only these vibrational resonance techniques. But the key lies in consistent practice and absolute faith in your power to generate these transformative frequencies. Chapter 7. I must now reveal to you the secret I consider my most extraordinary discovery: the 7 centers of power that exist within your energy body, known in some traditions as chakras, but which go far beyond what those traditional teachings encompass. Each of these centers is literally a vortex of conscious energy, a dimensional gateway that connects you to specific aspects of cosmic power. When these centers are fully activated and functioning in harmony, you become what the ancients called a realized being, someone who has consciously reclaimed all their inherent capacities as a spiritual creator. During my decades of research, I mapped exactly how to activate each center, how to balance its function, and how to use its specific power to transform particular aspects of your life experience. The first center, located at the base of your spine, is your direct connection to the Earth's life force. When this center is fully activated, you never experience a lack of physical energy. Your health becomes unbreakable, and you develop a magnetic presence that others perceive immediately. To activate this center, practice what I call root fire breathing. Sit with a straight spine and visualize roots of red light extending from the base of your spine down into the center of the earth. With each inhalation, feel fiery energy ascending along these roots into your body. With each exhalation, anchor this energy firmly into your root center. Practice this daily for a week, and you will begin to experience a level of physical vitality you haven't known since childhood. Your body will grow stronger, more resilient, and more vital in every way. The second center, in your lower abdomen, is your connection to universal creative power. When it is active, not only does your artistic creativity expand exponentially, but you also develop the ability to create or birth any reality you wish to experience. Activation requires what I call sacred water breathing. Visualize your lower abdomen filled with golden water flowing in circular patterns. With each breath, these patterns become more dynamic and luminous. After several minutes, you will feel a sense of fluidity and creative power expanding from this center throughout your being. The third center, in your solar plexus, is your connection to your divine personal power. When it is fully activated, you no longer experience victimhood, dependency, or powerlessness. You recognize yourself as the absolute creator of your experience and exercise that authority consciously. The activation technique is solar fire breathing. Visualize a miniature sun burning brightly in your solar plexus. With short, rapid breaths, stoke this fire until it radiates golden power into every cell of your body. When you master this technique, your personal presence will become so powerful that you can positively influence any situation simply by focusing your intention. The fourth center, your heart, is your direct connection to universal unconditional love. This is not ordinary emotional love, but the fundamental force that holds the universe together. When this center is activated, you become an automatic transmitter of healing wherever you go. Activating the heart requires infinite love breathing. Visualize your heart as an emerald green sun that expands with each inhalation until it fills your entire body, then your room, and then radiates unconditional love to every living being on the planet. When you can sustain this expansion, your ability to heal others becomes limitless. The fifth center, in your throat, is your connection to the power of the creative word. When it is active, your words carry real transformative power. What you declare manifests. What you affirm materializes. What you bless blossoms. Activation requires blue truth breathing. Visualize your throat filled with bright blue light. With each exhalation, project this light through your words, charging everything you say with conscious creative power. After several weeks of practice, you will notice that your words begin to manifest in reality with extraordinary speed and precision. The sixth center, in your forehead, is your connection to universal wisdom and direct perception of truth. When it is active, you develop what I call omniscient vision, the ability to know directly any information you need without limitations of time or space. Activation requires indigo light breathing. Focus your attention on the center of your forehead and visualize a point of bright indigo light expanding gradually until it fills your entire head. Maintain this visualization while breathing deeply, allowing the indigo light to permeate your brain and nervous system completely. Chapter 8. Child of the Soul, we now arrive at teachings that very few human beings have ever mastered. The techniques for transmitting healing energy across space and time. During my later years, I developed methods to send healing to people thousands of miles away, and even to send transformative energy into past events that continue to negatively affect the present. These techniques work because at the fundamental energetic level, there is no real separation between beings, nor real limitations of time or space. Everything exists within a unified field of consciousness, and when you learn to operate consciously within this field, you can directly influence any aspect of reality, no matter how distant it appears. The first technique is what I call heart-to-heart transmission. This allows you to send healing energy directly into another person's energy field, regardless of where they are physically located. Begin by establishing your complete energetic coherence, using the techniques I have already taught you. Once your field is perfectly aligned, visualize the person you wish to heal appearing directly in front of you, as vividly as if they were physically present. Place your hands over your own heart and feel the energy of unconditional love expanding from your heart center. Then, using your conscious intention, project this energy directly into the visualized person's heart. See this energy as rays of golden light traveling instantly from your heart to theirs, penetrating their energy field and immediately beginning to heal any imbalance or illness they are experiencing. Maintain this transmission for 10 to 15 minutes, unwaveringly, holding the visualization of the person receiving and absorbing your healing energy. End the session by seeing the person completely healed, radiant, with perfect health and vitality. I have used this technique to heal people who were on different continents, and in each case, the recipient reported immediate improvements in their condition, often without being consciously aware that they were receiving distant healing. The second advanced technique is what I call timeline healing. This allows you to send transformative energy into traumatic events of the past, literally changing their energetic impact on the present. To understand how this works, you must realize that traumatic events create what we might call energetic knots in the field of consciousness. These knots continue to radiate dysfunctional patterns into the present, producing limitations, illnesses, and patterns of suffering that seem unrelated to the original event. But from the perspective of the unified field of consciousness, all moments in time exist simultaneously. This means you can energetically access any moment of the past and transform its energetic charge, thereby automatically freeing its limiting influence on the present. The technique requires entering a very deep state of expanded consciousness. After establishing your maximum energetic coherence, allow your awareness to expand beyond the limits of your physical body, beyond your room, beyond the present moment. Visualize your consciousness as a sphere of golden light that can move freely through space and time. Using this sphere of awareness, travel backward in time to the specific moment you wish to heal. When you arrive at that moment, do not try to change the physical events that occurred. Instead, fill the entire scene with the golden light of your unconditional love. Envelop everyone involved, especially your younger self, in healing, compassionate energy. Declare with authority, I release all pain, trauma, and limitation from this event. I transmute all suffering into wisdom and strength. I bless this moment and all those involved with perfect love. Sustain this transmission until you feel the energetic charge of the event has been fully transformed. Then return your awareness to the present, bringing with you the newly transformed energy from that past moment. The results of this technique are often spectacular. I have seen people free themselves instantly from phobias that had lasted decades, heal illnesses rooted in childhood trauma, and completely transform relationship patterns that had sabotaged their happiness for years. The third advanced technique is what I call creating healing morphogenetic fields. This allows you to create permanent energetic fields that continue to heal and transform automatically, even when you are not actively working with them. A morphogenetic field is a pattern of energetic information that exists independently in space. Once created, this field automatically attracts people, situations, and events that resonate with its frequency and simultaneously transforms anything that enters its influence. To create a healing field, you must first reach your highest state of energetic coherence. Then, using your purest intention, declare the specific purpose of the field you wish to create. For example, I create a morphogenetic field of perfect healing that extends within a radius of 100 kilometers from this point. Every person who enters this field will automatically experience the activation of their natural self-healing capacities. This field will remain active and will strengthen continuously, healing everything it touches. After establishing the intention, visualize the field as a gigantic sphere of golden light centered on your location. See this sphere expanding to the size you specified, filling with the specific healing frequency you have programmed. Finally, using all your authority as a conscious creator, anchor this field into reality by declaring, "This field is now established in the energetic dimension. It is permanent, self-sustaining, and fulfills its divine purpose perfectly." I have created dozens of these fields throughout my life, and they continue to function decades after I established them. Places where I set up healing fields have become natural centers of well-being. Homes where I created fields of family harmony have maintained that harmony across generations. Chapter 9. Now, child of the soul, I must reveal to you the final and most powerful secret: how to consciously connect with the planetary energy grid and channel the collective healing power of all awakened humanity. In my later years, I discovered that there is an invisible network of conscious energy that connects all beings who have awakened to their true energetic power. This network functions like a planetary nervous system, instantaneously transmitting healing information, elevations of consciousness, and transformative power to any point on the planet where it is needed. When you learn to connect consciously with this network, your personal power is amplified exponentially. You no longer work only with your individual energy. You channel the combined power of thousands of awakened souls who have dedicated their lives to planetary healing. The technique to connect with this network requires complete mastery of all the techniques I have taught previously. It is not something you should attempt until you have developed solid competence in managing your own energetic field. Once you are ready, the connection is achieved through what I call planetary unity breathing. After establishing your maximum energetic coherence and activating all your power centers, allow your awareness to expand gradually beyond your body, beyond your city, beyond your country, until it encompasses the entire planet. Visualize the Earth as a bluish-green sphere of light floating in space, and see your expanded awareness as a sphere of golden light that lovingly embraces the whole planet. In this visualization, declare your intention to connect with all beings who are consciously working for planetary healing and elevation. Gradually, you will begin to perceive what feels like streams of energy flowing toward you from points of light around the planet. These currents represent the direct energetic connection with other lightworkers who are simultaneously channeling healing into the planetary network. Once this connection is established, you can direct the combined power of the network toward any purpose that serves the highest good. You can send healing to regions of the planet that are suffering, to world leaders who need wisdom, or to situations of conflict that require peaceful resolution. More importantly, you can use your connection to the network to infinitely amplify any personal healing work you are doing. When you channel the network's power into your own transformation, the changes you experience are extraordinarily rapid and deep. I trained several dozen advanced students in these techniques for connecting with the planetary network. Each became a powerful transmitter of healing and transformation in their community. And the most extraordinary thing is that when multiple network members focus their intention on the same objective simultaneously, they can literally create measurable changes in the planet's physical reality. During global crises, I have seen groups of network workers concentrate their collective intention toward peaceful resolution of conflicts, healing from natural disasters, and even influencing weather patterns. The results have been consistently successful, though rarely recognized by conventional information systems. But before revealing my final testament, I must share with you the best guarded secrets of my practice, the techniques for working directly with what I call the sacred geometry of the auric field. In my later years, I discovered that the human energy field is not simply a diffuse sphere of light, but is organized according to specific geometric patterns that determine the quality of your entire life experience. Each geometric shape in your aura produces specific effects in your physical reality. Perfect circles in your energy field create harmony and flow in your relationships. Equilateral triangles generate focused, manifesting power. Hexagons produce perfect balance across all areas of life. Spirals create expansion and continuous growth. The technique for working with these auric geometries first requires developing what I call conscious energy vision. After establishing your maximum coherence, direct your attention to the space surrounding your physical body. At first, you will perceive only vague sensations, but with persistent practice, you will begin to discern specific shapes floating in your energy field. When you detect irregular, fragmented, or chaotic forms, these represent areas of your life that are experiencing dysfunction. Using your conscious intention and specific visualization, you can literally redesign these shapes to create the geometric patterns that correspond to the experience you wish to manifest. For example, if you detect jagged, angular shapes in the area of your field that corresponds to relationships, usually on the left side of your aura, you can consciously transform these shapes into perfect circles of golden light. Within days or weeks, you will observe dramatic improvements in all your interpersonal relationships. I also developed what I call the 12 phases of complete energetic purification. These are specific techniques to systematically cleanse every layer of your energy field from all toxic accumulations, energetic traumas, and limiting patterns you have absorbed during your life. The first phase is purification of the etheric body through what I call inner sun baths. Visualize a miniature sun in the center of your chest, radiating golden light into every cell of your physical body. This light not only nourishes your tissues, but dissolves all energetic patterns that could manifest as illness. The second phase purifies the emotional body using crystalline tear rain. Visualize a rain of crystal clear drops falling from above, penetrating your emotional field and washing away all stagnant emotions, old resentments, and unresolved emotional traumas. The third phase cleanses the mental body through diamond clarity wind. Imagine a powerful wind made of diamond particles blowing through your head, removing all limiting thoughts, obsolete beliefs, and mental patterns that no longer serve you. Each of the 12 phases works with a specific dimension of your energy field. When you complete the entire cycle, which requires approximately 3 months of daily practice, your energy field is fully purified and optimized to manifest your highest potential. Additionally, I must reveal the secret of the personal activation codes. During my decades of research, I discovered that every human being is born with specific energetic codes dormant in their auric field. When these codes are consciously activated, they awaken talents, skills, and capacities far beyond what the person believed possible. Some codes activate extraordinary healing abilities. Others awaken artistic or creative gifts. Some open channels of extrasensory perception. Others activate natural leadership abilities or the capacity to inspire multitudes. The technique to identify your personal codes requires entering a very deep meditative state where you can access what I call the Akashic records of your soul. In this state, you can perceive directly which specific capacities your soul chose to develop in this incarnation. Once identified, activation is achieved through specific sequences of breath, sound, and visualization that vary for each individual code. I have developed protocols to activate more than 40 different types of energetic codes, each corresponding to different aspects of human potential. I also discovered what I call the cycles of personal energetic power. Your energy field does not operate at a constant intensity. It goes through natural cycles of expansion and contraction that follow patterns that can be calculated and consciously used. Each person has a primary cycle that lasts approximately 28 days, similar to the lunar cycle, but unique to every individual. During the first 14 days of your personal cycle, your energy naturally expands, making this the optimal time to start new projects, make major decisions, and work on complex manifestations. During the next 14 days, your energy naturally contracts, making this the ideal period for inner work, energetic purification, integration of experiences, and regenerative rest. When you learn to recognize and work consciously with your personal energetic cycle, your effectiveness in all areas of life multiplies dramatically. You stop fighting your natural energy currents and begin to surf them masterfully. Finally, I must share with you the secret of what I call the energetic alchemy of the higher emotions. Emotions are not merely psychological reactions. They are alchemical forces that can literally transmute the energetic structure of your reality. There are 5 emotions I call the alchemical quintessences: pure gratitude, unconditional love, radiant joy, deep peace, and reverential awe. When you cultivate these emotions consciously in their purest, most concentrated form, they become transformative agents that can change any situation instantly. Pure gratitude transmutes scarcity into abundance. Unconditional love transforms conflict into harmony. Radiant joy converts suffering into celebration. Deep peace changes chaos into divine order. Reverential awe transmutes the ordinary into the sacred. The technique to cultivate these alchemical quintessences requires what I call conscious emotional distillation. You take an ordinary positive emotion as a sand through specific breathwork and intense focus, purify and concentrate it until it reaches its alchemical potency. For example, to create alchemical pure gratitude, begin with a normal feeling of thankfulness for something in your life. Then, using deep breathing and laser focus, intensify this gratitude until it becomes a force so powerful you can feel it reorganizing your energy field physically. When you project this alchemical gratitude toward any situation of scarcity in your life, the situation transforms automatically because the frequency of pure gratitude is incompatible with the frequency of lack. I have used these alchemical techniques to transform situations that seemed impossible. Marriages on the brink of divorce that became deeper unions than before, bankrupt businesses that blossomed into abundance, communities torn by conflict that united in extraordinary harmony. The secret is to understand that higher emotions are not merely pleasant internal states. They are spiritual technologies, tools of transformation that can reorganize the energetic matrix of any situation when applied with understanding and precision. I also developed what I call lunar power rituals for energetic amplification. The moon is not just a celestial object. It is a cosmic amplifier that can exponentially multiply the power of any energetic work you perform in sync with its cycles. During the new moon, the power of manifestation is at its peak. It is the ideal time to plant energetic seeds for everything you wish to create in your life. Rituals performed during the new moon can have a manifesting power up to 10 times greater than work done at other times. During the full moon, the power of healing and release reaches its peak. It is the perfect moment to let go of what no longer serves you and to send powerful healing to any area of your life that needs transformation. The waxing and waning moons each have their own specific powers. The waxing moon amplifies any work related to expansion, growth, and development. The waning moon enhances all work of purification, cleansing, and dissolution of obstacles. I have developed specific rituals for each lunar phase that can dramatically amplify the effectiveness of all the techniques I have taught you. When you combine the power of your personal energy with the amplifying power of the lunar cycles, the results can be truly miraculous. Chapter 11. Before concluding my testament, child of the soul, I must warn you about what I call the 3 tests of true power that every advanced practitioner must face and overcome. These tests are not sent by external forces. They arise naturally from the universe when you reach certain levels of energetic development. The first test is the temptation of the spiritual ego. When you develop genuine energetic capacities, your ego can become corrupted, believing that you are special, chosen, or superior to other human beings. This temptation is extremely subtle and dangerous because it can destroy decades of spiritual progress in a matter of weeks. The sign that you are facing this test is when you begin to feel superiority toward people who have not developed energetic abilities, when you seek recognition for your skills, or when you use your power to impress others instead of serving them humbly. The only way to overcome this test is to hold unshakably the perspective that your abilities are temporary gifts entrusted to you to serve the common good. They are not your personal achievements. They are tools the universe is using through you. The second test is the abyss of infinite responsibility. As your energetic power develops significantly, you begin to perceive the suffering of all beings with an intensity that can be overwhelming. You feel the temptation to take responsibility for healing all the world's pain, which can lead you to complete exhaustion and energetic collapse. The sign that you are facing this test is when you feel a constant emotional burden for the state of the world, when you feel guilty for enjoying your own happiness while others suffer, or when you obsess over healing people who have not asked for your help. The way to overcome this test is to understand that your responsibility is to keep your own frequency as high as possible and to respond to opportunities for service that present themselves naturally on your path. You cannot force healing on those who are not ready to receive it. The third test is the dark night of power. This is a spiritual crisis in which you temporarily lose access to all the energetic abilities you developed. It can last weeks or even months, and its purpose is to test whether your identity and personal worth depend on your special skills or on your essential nature as an eternal soul. The sign you are facing this test is when you suddenly cannot perceive energy, when your healing techniques stop working, when you feel as if all your abilities have vanished completely. Many practitioners interpret this as failure and abandon their spiritual development entirely. But this test is actually a profound initiation. The universe is teaching you that your true power does not reside in specific abilities, but in your essential connection to the infinite source. When you accept this temporary loss with equanimity and continue to serve from love regardless of your skills, your abilities return multiplied exponentially. I must also reveal what I call the signs of a true energetic master. On your path of development, you will encounter many people who claim to be spiritual masters or powerful healers. Most are sincere but limited in understanding. Some are charlatans who exploit others' spiritual search. Very few are genuine masters who can significantly accelerate your development. A true energetic master never claims special titles for themselves, nor demands veneration from their students. Their power manifests in deep humility and selfless service. When you are in their presence, your own energetic field raises automatically without them having to do anything specifically to cause it. A true master never charges exorbitant sums for their teachings, though they may accept fair exchange for their time and energy. Their primary motivation is service, not material gain. If a supposed master focuses primarily on money, prestige, or power over others, they are not a genuine teacher. A true master teaches you to develop your own inner power, never to depend on them for your spiritual well-being. Their goal is to make you no longer need their guidance, not to create permanent dependency. If a teacher tries to maintain control over their students, they are not serving their genuine evolution. Finally, I must share with you the secret of what I call the transmission of the energetic lineage. When you reach advanced competence in these techniques, you will have the responsibility to identify and train at least one person who can continue this lineage of knowledge after your physical departure. This is not simply a matter of teaching techniques to casual students. It is the creation of a deep energetic connection with a successor who will receive not only intellectual knowledge, but the direct transmission of the spiritual power you have developed throughout your life. Choosing a successor requires years of careful observation. They must be someone who demonstrates not only technical ability, but purity of motivation, genuine humility, and unwavering dedication to selfless service. They must be someone who would value this knowledge more than their own life and who would never use it for personal gain. When you find the right person, the lineage transmission is carried out through a specific energetic ceremony in which you literally transfer aspects of your spiritual development to your successor. This process connects you energetically forever, creating continuity of the lineage across generations. I received this transmission from my Toltec teacher more than 60 years ago, and now I pass the essence of this lineage to you through my testament. Although we cannot perform the physical ceremony here, the power of these teachings automatically creates the necessary energetic connection between us. Chapter 12. My dear child of the soul, we have reached the end of my testament, the last words my spirit can offer you, before my consciousness expands completely beyond the limits of individual communication. What I have shared with you over these hours are not merely techniques or spiritual theories. They are the real keys to your complete liberation from all limitation, suffering, and helplessness. They are the secrets that took me a lifetime to discover, refine, and perfect. But here is the final truth you must understand. None of these techniques has power by itself. The power resides entirely in you, in your essential nature, as unlimited creative consciousness. The techniques are simply ways to remind you who you truly are and to train you to consciously use the capacities that have always been yours. The greatest danger you will face on your path to full energetic mastery will not be external forces trying to dissuade you. It will be the temptation to believe you are special, different, or superior to other human beings for having developed these capacities. Always remember that every human being possesses exactly the same potential you are developing. The only difference is the level of conscious awakening and practical training. Your responsibility, once you have mastered your own energetic power, is to serve humbly in the awakening of others, not to use your abilities for personal gain or recognition. I have seen many advanced students become corrupted by the power they developed, using their energetic capacities to manipulate situations in their favor, to control other people, or simply to feel important. In every case, their corruption resulted in the complete loss of their abilities and often in considerable suffering. Genuine energetic power can only be maintained when it is used exclusively in the service of unconditional love. The moment you try to use it for selfish purposes, the universe automatically disconnects you from access to higher forces. That is why my final testament to you includes not only the techniques to develop energetic power, but also the ethical guidelines to maintain that power permanently. Never use your energetic abilities to influence another person's free will, even if you believe it would be for their own good. Every being has the sacred right to choose their own learning path, Even if that path includes mistakes and suffering, never charge money for energetic healing without simultaneously offering the same healing free of charge to those who cannot pay. The power of healing is a gift from the universe, not a commodity to be sold. Never use your abilities to obtain private information about others, even if you have the capacity to do so. Trust and privacy are sacred, and violating them would instantly corrupt your connection to higher forces. Never claim personal credit for the healings you facilitate. You are simply a channel for forces infinitely greater than your individual personality. Always maintain humility and gratitude for being used as an instrument of healing. And finally, never forget that your personal energetic development is only the first step toward your true purpose. You are being trained to become a conscious servant of planetary evolution, an active worker in the collective awakening of humanity to its spiritual heritage. In the times to come after my physical departure, humanity will face crises that will require the intervention of beings who have developed conscious mastery over energetic forces. You are one of those beings in training. What you learn and develop is not for your personal benefit, but for the service of the entire human species. The techniques I have taught you are seeds you must plant, cultivate, and eventually harvest to feed others who will hunger for this wisdom. Do not keep these secrets to yourself. When you have achieved competence, begin discreetly teaching others who show sincerity and readiness. But do so wisely, gradually, with the same patience I have shown in revealing these mysteries to you level by level. Do not cast pearls before those who cannot yet value their importance. My spirit will continue to be available to guide you when you face challenges in your development. In moments of doubt or confusion, simply call my name in the silence of your heart, and you will receive the guidance you need. Now, child of the soul, my testament is complete. You hold in your hands the full map to your energetic freedom. What you do with this map will determine not only the quality of your own life, but your contribution to the planetary awakening of human consciousness. Go in peace, go with power. Go with the sacred responsibility of using your gifts in the service of love. Your energy is truly the key, and now you possess all the keys necessary to open any door you encounter on your path to full realization. The testament of the forgotten healer has been delivered. May its wisdom blossom through you into a world that desperately needs to remember its true power. In infinite love and eternal service, Itzil Nahuake, the last guardian of the secrets that are now yours to protect and share.